Ngobrol Inggris?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the YNI podcast. I am so happy you are here with us today. Before we start talking, I have a small request for you. Please, just listen.
That's right. Just listen to our voices. Don't worry about every single word.
Exactly. Sometimes when we learn English, we try too hard. We stop the audio to check a dictionary. We feel stressed if we don't understand one sentence. But today, we want you to relax. Let the English flow into your ears.
Think of it like listening to music. You don't need to know every lyric to enjoy the song, right? You just feel the rhythm. Today is the same. Focus on the feeling of our conversation. The meaning will come naturally.
So take a deep breath. Maybe close your eyes for a second, or just look out the window. Get comfortable. We are going to talk about something very important, something that affects all of us.
It is a topic about love, but not romantic love. It is about loving yourself.
Yes, today's theme is accepting yourself as you are, or in simple words, Menerima, Diri, Adanya. It is a beautiful journey, and we are so excited to share it with you. Now, before we go deep into our topic, I have some big news. If you are a regular listener, you know it is usually me with Daniel, but today, the YNI podcast family is growing.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? I hope my voice is clear.
Yes, your voice is very clear, Walter. Everyone, please say hello to our new co-host, Walter.
Hello, hello. It feels a little strange to be here. My hands are shaking a little bit. Is the microphone on? Am I speaking too loud?
You are doing great, Walter. Don't worry, you are not too loud. And yes, the microphone is on. Everyone can hear you perfectly. How does it feel to be on the podcast for the first time?
Honestly, it's a mix of exciting and scary. It's like the first day at a new school. You want to make friends, but you also don't want to say something silly.
That is completely normal. But guess what? You are already part of the team. Our listeners are very kind. They will welcome you with open arms.
Thank you, Sarah. That makes me feel better. Hello to all the listeners out there. Whether you're walking, cooking, or studying English, I'm happy to be here with you.
Walter is actually perfect for today's topic. Why? Because he has a very interesting story about accepting himself.
Oh no, are we starting the serious stuff already? I thought we would talk about the weather first.
No weather today, Walter. Today is about us, about who we are. And I think many of our listeners struggle with this. Do you agree?
I agree 100%. In fact, that is why I was so nervous to join the podcast. I kept thinking, am I good enough? Will people like my voice? Is my English good enough?
See, that's exactly what we want to talk about. Those thoughts, the doubt, the fear. Let's dive into it. So, Walter, let's start with a big question. Why is it so difficult for people to accept themselves? Why do we look in the mirror and sometimes feel unhappy?
That's a great question, Sarah. I think one big reason is comparison. We live in a world full of pictures and videos. On social media, we see people who look perfect. They have perfect skin, perfect jobs, perfect houses.
Yes, everything looks perfect online. But is it real?
Not really. It's like a highlight reel. People only show their best moments. They don't show when they're tired, sad, or made a mistake. But when we watch them, we compare our behind the scenes with their highlight reel.
That is a very good way to explain it. Our behind the scenes includes our bad days, our messy rooms, and our insecurities. But we compare that to someone else's perfect photo. No wonder we feel bad.
Exactly. I remember one time I saw a photo of a famous content creator. He was traveling in Bali, eating delicious food, and smiling. At that moment, I was sitting in my small room, eating instant noodles and feeling stressed about work.
Oh, I know that feeling. Instant noodles are tasty, but they don't look very glamorous in a photo.
Right? So I felt insecure. I thought, why is his life so amazing? Why is my life so boring? I forgot that maybe he was stressed too. Maybe he had problems I didn't see. I only saw the picture.
This happens to everyone. We forget that everyone has struggles. When we compare ourselves to others, we always lose because we are comparing our reality to someone else's fantasy.
That hurts to hear, but it's true. And because of this comparison, we start to dislike parts of ourselves. We think, if I was taller, I would be happy. Or if I was richer, I would be confident.
Or, if my English was perfect, I would speak without fear. Many of our listeners might feel this. They think they are not good enough because they make grammar mistakes.
Yes, and that is sad, because making mistakes is how we learn. If you never make a mistake, you never grow. But we're so hard on ourselves. We're our own worst critics.
We say things to ourselves that we would never say to a friend. Imagine if your friend made a mistake in English. Would you say, "You are stupid, you will never learn"?
Of course not. I would say, it's okay. Try again. You're doing great.
Exactly. But when we make a mistake, we say mean things to ourselves. We lack self-kindness. You know, Walter, in English, we have many idioms that describe these feelings and situations. An idiom is a phrase where the meaning is different from the literal words.
Oh, I love idioms. They make English sound more natural, but sometimes they are confusing.
Don't worry, we will explain them simply. Let's introduce our first idiom. It is very common when we talk about insecurity. The idiom is to feel out of place.
To feel out of place. Okay, let me use it in a sentence. When I walked into the party where I didn't know anyone, I felt out of place.
Perfect example. What does it mean?
It means you feel like you do not belong there. You feel uncomfortable, like a fish trying to climb a tree.
Yes, when you accept yourself, you don't feel out of place anymore. You feel like you belong everywhere. Now here is our second idiom. This one is about comparing yourself to others. The idiom is to keep up with the Joneses.
To keep up with the Joneses. That sounds like a neighbor's name.
It is. The Joneses represents other people in your neighborhood or society. So keeping up with the Joneses means trying to have the same things as other people, just to look successful.
Ah, I understand. Like buying a new phone just because your friend bought one, even if you don't need it.
Exactly. It's about competition, and it makes us unhappy because there's always someone with more. To accept yourself, you must stop trying to keep up with the Joneses.
That's good advice. Okay, my turn for the third idiom. This one is about being honest with yourself. The idiom is to come clean.
To come clean. Does it mean taking a shower?
No, not literally. It means to tell the truth, especially after hiding something. For example, I finally came clean about my fears. I told my friend that I was scared of failing.
That is powerful. To accept yourself, you must come clean with your feelings. You cannot hide your insecurity forever. You have to admit, yes, I am scared, or yes, I am not perfect.
And once you admit it, the pressure goes away. One more idiom?
Yes, one last one for this section. This is my favorite. It is to bloom where you are planted.
To bloom where you are planted. That sounds like gardening.
It is. It means you should grow and be happy in your current situation, even if it is not perfect. You don't need to move to a different city or change your life completely to be happy. You can find joy right now, right here.
I love that. Even if you are planted in rocky soil, you can still bloom. You just need to try harder and accept your environment.
Beautifully said, Walter. So let's recap quickly for our listeners. Feel out of place, feeling like you don't belong, keep up with the Joneses, competing with others to have the same things, come clean, telling the truth about your feelings, bloom where you are planted, finding happiness in your current situation.
Great list. I think I will write these down on my hand so I don't forget.
Please don't write on your hand, Walter. Just remember the meaning.
Okay, so we know the problem, we compare ourselves, we feel out of place, and we're mean to ourselves. But how do we fix it? How do we actually learn to accept ourselves?
It is a process, Walter. It doesn't happen in one day, but there are small steps we can take. Let's talk about some real-life examples. Can you share a simple situation from your daily life?
Sure, let's talk about speaking English. Last week I was in a coffee shop. I wanted to order a latte. The barista asked me, "What size would you like?" And suddenly my mind went blank. I forgot the word for medium.
Oh no, what did you do?
I panicked. I stood there silently for 5 seconds. It felt like 5 hours. Finally, I just pointed and said, "This one, please." Afterward, I felt stupid. I thought, "Walter, you have been studying English for years. Why can't you say one word?"
That is a classic example of not accepting yourself. You focused on the mistake, but let's look at it differently. What if you accepted yourself in that moment?
How would that look?
Well, first, you would realize that forgetting a word is normal. Even native speakers forget words. If you accepted yourself, you could laugh and say, "Oh, sorry, my brain is sleeping today. I want a medium, please."
Wow, that sounds so much lighter. Instead of feeling shame, I could just laugh at myself.
Exactly. Self-acceptance means knowing that you are human. Humans make mistakes. It is okay. Another example is about appearance. I used to hate my curly hair.
Really? Your hair looks great now.
Thank you. But for years, I straightened it every single morning. It took 1 hour. I was tired and I damaged my hair. I thought, straight hair is beautiful. Curly hair is messy. I was trying to be someone else.
What changed?
One day, I was late for work. I didn't have time to straighten my hair. I had to go out with my natural curls. I was terrified. I thought everyone would stare at me. But guess what? Nobody cared.
Nobody noticed?
Actually, 2 people complimented me. They said, "Your hair looks so fun and energetic." That day, I realized I was the only one judging my hair. When I stopped fighting my natural self, I felt free. I learned to bloom where I was planted, with my curly hair.
That is inspiring, Sarah. It shows that often the things we hate about ourselves are actually unique features, things that make us special.
Yes. Think about your strengths, Walter. What are you good at?
I am good at listening, and I'm good at making people laugh even when I'm nervous.
See? Those are amazing qualities. Being a good listener is rare. Making people laugh is a gift. When you focus on these strengths, your weaknesses seem smaller.
You're right. Instead of thinking my English isn't perfect, I can think I'm good at connecting with people.
Precisely. It's about shifting your focus. Stop looking at what you lack. Start looking at what you have. This is called focusing on your strengths.
And another important thing is self-respect. Treating yourself with kindness. If you have a bad day, don't punish yourself. Treat yourself like a friend.
Yes. Imagine your best friend comes to you and says, "I failed my exam today." Would you say, "You are a failure. Give up"?
Never. I would say, "I'm sorry you had a tough day. Let's get some ice cream and try again tomorrow."
So why don't we say that to ourselves? We need to practice self-kindness. Speak gently to yourself. Say, "It's okay, Walter. You tried your best."
It's okay, Sarah. You did great today.
See? It feels good already.
So, for our listeners who are learning English and maybe struggling with confidence, what can they do today? Do you have 3 simple tips?
I do. Tip number 1, stop the comparison. When you open Instagram or TikTok and feel bad, close the app. Remind yourself, that is their highlight reel. This is my real life, and my real life is valuable.
Good tip. Tip number 2, celebrate small wins. Did you learn one new word today? Did you speak one sentence in English? That's a victory. Celebrate it. Don't wait until you are fluent to be proud of yourself. Be proud of the step you took today.
I love that. And tip number 3, talk to yourself kindly. Catch your negative thoughts. When you think, "I am stupid," stop and change it to, "I am learning." Change, "I can't do this," to, "I can't do this yet." The word yet is very powerful.
Yet. I like that. It means there's hope for the future.
Exactly. Accepting yourself doesn't mean you stop growing. It means you love yourself while you are growing. You don't say, I will love myself when I am perfect. You say, I love myself now, and that helps me grow.
That is a beautiful distinction. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy. You are worthy just because you exist.
Yes. Every single listener of the Why and I podcast is worthy. You don't need to prove anything to anyone.
Including me? Even though I'm the new guy who almost forgot the word medium?
Especially you, Walter. Your story makes you relatable. It makes our listeners feel less alone. That is your superpower.
Wow. Thank you, Sarah. I'm starting to feel more accepted already, just by having this conversation.
That's the magic of talking about it. Shame grows in silence, but when we speak about our fears, they become smaller. Wow, Walter, look at the time. We have been talking for quite a while, but it felt like only a few minutes.
Time flies when you're having a meaningful conversation. I think we covered a lot of ground today.
Let's do a quick summary for our listeners so they can take these ideas home with them. What are the main messages from today?
First, stop comparing yourself to others. Remember, you're seeing their highlights, not their struggles. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses.
Second, be kind to yourself. Talk to yourself like you would talk to a best friend. If you make a mistake, don't panic. Just laugh and try again.
And third, focus on your strengths. You have unique talents. Maybe you are a good listener, a creative thinker, or a kind person. Value those things.
And fourth, bloom where you are planted. Find happiness in your current life with your current abilities. You don't need to be someone else to be happy. You just need to be you.
And remember the idioms we learned. If you ever feel out of place, take a deep breath. You belong here. If you are hiding your feelings, try to come clean with a trusted friend.
Beautifully summarized. To all our listeners, we want you to know that you are enough. You are smart, you are capable, and you are loved. Your journey with English and your journey in life is unique to you. There is no one else exactly like you, and that is a wonderful thing.
Yes, embrace your quirks, embrace your accent, embrace your mistakes. They are part of your story, and your story is worth telling.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Y&I podcast. And a huge thank you to our new co-host, Walter, for sharing his heart with us.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you to all the listeners. I'm so excited to be part of this community. I can't wait for our next episode together.
We will be back soon with more stories, more English tips, and more warm conversations. Until then, please be gentle with yourselves.
And remember, it's okay not to be perfect.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.